of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Hump Day. Our mornings of Mischief. It's YouTube talk. We're going to do a little Hump Day. Yeah! Because, yeah, it's Wednesday. Holy crap. Do we have stuff to talk about today? Holy crap. Wow. What a crazy day yesterday was. We had some interesting news come out of the twats. But before we get to that, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with us this morning. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. We got the Mad Doctor, Deg Outlaw, DJ Ronnie G, Daryl the Derelict, what is up, brother? Punkwado, the Little Sheriff Penguin, Papa Cotton, what is up, brother? How are you doing? Good morning. No Star Wars talk today. You don't have to worry about none of that. Southern Viking, time to wake the neighbors, boys. The lady, Arwen Avalon. Good morning, Arwen. Hope you are all doing well. You're all having a good one. Oh my God, my coffee is kicking my ass this morning. Every time I'm like, okay, get another drink. You'll be all right. I don't know if it's like some weird San Antonio Columbia blend thing. So I don't know if I like this one. I don't know if I like this or not. It's like giving me indigestion. So I don't think this San Antonio blend is going to work. We will definitely be going with something else. I like the French roast. The French roast with the Snickers bar so far has been the best one. So we're still looking. We're still searching. We're looking for that blend of morning Mischief coffee. So the Dragon Fire blend. We're not talking about Game of Thrones today. Anyway, holy crap. So, where do we start? Where do we begin? Where do we kick off? 2020. 2020, a guy named Dr. Disrespect is doing his thing. You know, he's doing his thing. He's playing his video games. Who doesn't know Dr. Disrespect? And he gets shut down. He gets kicked off. He gets kicked off Twitch. He gets booted. Everybody loses their shit. You know, I get great coffee. One of my close friends has a roaster. I'll send you his deets. Dude, yes, please. Please. I'm a fan of Columbia brand coffee. Columbia brand coffee. From the foothills of Malibu to the rolling hills of Columbia, we have the best coffee. So, the Columbia blend with the Snickers was really good. I really like it. So, suddenly, boom, he's gone. Contract terminated. Nobody knows what happens. Rumors abound. What went on behind the scenes? Why he was booted. Mephisto says, Loki, people forget quickly. You remember that he confessed his infidelity. It might be his wife that caught his whispers with the girl. That's very possible. That is very possible. Look, what people do on their own time, adult to adult, I don't care about. I don't give a crap about. Adult to adult, people are going to do whatever they do. It's not my job to judge. It's not my job to go, you're an idiot. It's not my job to be like, no, don't do that. You're a moron. But I tell you what, man, hearing what we heard yesterday, all that had to get thrown in there was the word minor. And a whole bunch of attitudes changed. Now, here's the deal. This is the deal. This is what caught my attention. And this is why I decided to do this show today. We'll have a little example of what's going on here. And I'm not going to use anybody as this example because God help me, I wouldn't want to be used as an example here. You've got someone that does social media. And then over here, you've got another someone that does social media. Now, these two know each other very well. Okay? We're talking, go over each other's house with the wives, barbecue, blah, blah, blah. Right? Then you've got one guy who gets terminated from the platform and nobody knows why the hell he was kicked off the platform. No one knows why. They just know he got booted. Now, this other guy, you're his buddy. You're his buddy, and obviously you're like, dude, what the hell happened? Now, they don't want to talk about it. Fresh wound and all, whatever. But this carries on. This is a big story. People want to know. You're not telling me that within 6 months of this happening, that you didn't phone that sumbitch, you didn't go over there, get around the barbecue and be like, look, dude, just between me and you, what the hell happened? You're telling me that this really good buddy of yours, this guy you climb the ranks with, this guy you go over and you barbecue at this sumbitch's house, you never asked what happened. Just between me and you. Just the boys here. Won't tell a soul what the hell happened. Not once. Not once, because I tell you what, seeing people that were supposedly his friends, comrades, people that worked with him, suddenly come out and go, oh, I had no idea. I'm shocked. And they do this because they want attention. They're doing this because they want attention. Do you know what you do when something like that happens? You just don't say shit. You don't make personal statements and throw them out on Twitter as quick as you can. I had no idea that there was a minor involved. I have no idea, blah, blah, blah. You don't make statement. That is social media farming. You are farming content at that point. Okay? You might be like, well, I figured I needed to make a statement. No, you didn't need to say shit. If you are really as close as you pretend to be, then you didn't need to make shit. You didn't need to say shit. So what they're doing now is they're pulling the hell? Some 844 number? You're messing up the show. What they're doing now is they're pulling people in because of the drama and they're farming it. So they're farming off the drama. These are social media personalities, ladies and gentlemen. This is not who you're really dealing with. I want to tell you something. Dr. Disrespect is a character. We've talked about this before. We've gone over this before. This isn't something new. This isn't something like a miracle revelation. It's like, and I hate this. I hate this analogy because I've gone over this with, hold on. Yes, you're live on Mornings of Mischief. Who is this? Who am I speaking to?
205 number. Am I messing up the show?
Welcome, Nicholas Glenn, to Mornings of Mischief. How are you, my friend?
Good. I just woke up, freaking getting out of bed to grab some breakfast, and I was listening in, and I was like, man, I'm about to call this fool. See if 205 area code is going to mess up the show.
Well, thank you, my friend. Thank you so very much. Nicholas Glenn from Echo Base Network, ladies and gentlemen, who had a killer Star Wars stream last night that I had to pop into. And unfortunately, that means that I have seen scenes from The Acolyte, which absolutely sucks. So when Yordo, whatever, got killed, I was like, who's Yord? And I was like, I doubt they even catch it because their chat was going by so fast. I was like, yeah, who the hell's Yord?
Everybody else in the show. Yord's a nobody like everybody else in the show.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Well,
I'll let you get back to the show. I'm going to be listening.
No, thank you very much, Nick from Echo Base Network. Later. That's funny. He was listening and he was like, oh, you know what? Some 844 number can call in and mess up the show. I'll call in and mess up the show. Loki, if your friends get caught TPing, I don't care how good you know them, you don't know them that good. So these fools are now going on social media and being like, oh no, I had no idea. How long have you known them? A decade. So you've known them a decade, and you, after 4 years, you're just getting around to going, I have no idea what's going on. I had no clue. Arwen Avalon says it's a mixed bag at this point. The Twitch employees themselves are giving conflicting statements. Some in support, some against. Who the hell knows anymore? No, I'm not here to judge Dr. Disrespect. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I have no idea whether, because the dumbass made a dumb statement. The dumbass made a dumb statement and came out and said, this is what happened, but didn't give him any context of, I didn't know that what the hell was going on until this. He didn't let us know. Did he know from the beginning? Did he know in the middle? Did he know at the very end? Did the 17-year-old's dad get on her phone and be like, some bitch, I'm gonna come find you, and him be like, oh shit. We don't know. We don't know. Why? Because the dumbass came out and made a statement and didn't give us all the information, which is what was needed. And now it's too late. People throwing their Dr. Disrespect wigs and costumes in the trash, and his friends, I say friends on social media are coming out going, I had no idea what was going on. No clue. I am saddened and upset with the behavior of Dr. Disrespect, and I now no longer have any contact with him. This is the guy that used to barbecue over at your house, dude. This is the guy who used to come over, bring the wife and all that, and y'all would sit out on the picnic tables and have barbecue, and you guys would laugh, maybe pop a cold one, whatever. These are the people you hang out with. This is what happens. You have been canceled, my friend. And all your little social media pals are now making statements saying they disavow you and will never speak to you again. That's what's important to them. This is social media personality 101. Arwen, I'm not judging I'm not judging either, but there's truth and not truth. Truth is the only thing I'm interested in, but it's been so clouded. That's right. That's why I'm not coming out here and I'm not kicking some bitch when he's down, because I don't really know exactly what happened. Did he find out later? If he found out in the beginning, well, I tell you what I would do if I was that dad. If I was that chick's dad, I know what I would do. If he knew the whole time, see, there's context here we need. Okay? That's why I've been saying you need receipts. And now he's given a half-ass receipt that's like, yeah, I did it. And you're like, oh my God, dude, you need context. You need context. But what I find is absolutely hilarious is, and believe me, none of this is hilarious coming from him. What is hilarious, though, is the people that are his friends, family, all that have suddenly disavowed and are making social media posts about how horrible the guy is. Imagine that. All your support just got wrung out and thrown in the trash. All over a dumbass statement you made, dude. A dumbass statement. So now you look absolutely guilty and you don't have the context there because you didn't explain it. You just said, F it, man. You know me. I'm going to keep it effing real. And I'm just going to break it down to y'all. I did it. What the shit, dude? Have you read his statement? Have you read his statement? This is the dumbest statement he could have made. This is the absolutely dumbest statement he could have made. Let's cut the effing BS. As you know, there's no filter with me. Dumb ass. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about. No, you play a character. You're like a wrestling persona, dude. That's not upfront, honest, real, blah, blah, blah. You play a character. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a difference between a caricature, a wrestling-like character that you play on social media, and being real. This is part of the problem. This is part of the problem. I want to apologize to everyone in the community, as well as those close to me, my team, and everyone at Mighty Society Game Studio. Certainly sounds guilty. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. I don't think that happened. I think they just told him you're stepping down or we're going to release this statement. And he did it because he had the reaction on the live stream of like, oh, gulp, I'm going to go on an extended vacation. Our team is full of incredible, talented, and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I never want to jeopardize the culture we have carefully crafted. Everybody is wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside my control, I was not allowed to say anything good for the last several years. Now that two former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. And you know what he does? He tells a dumbass story. He tells a dumbass story. He does not give you all the facts. He does not give you all the information you need. He does not give you, no, he half-asses it. Why did he half-ass it? Because he knows he is in trouble. Do you know that meme where, and this is when he knew he fucked up, right? Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, hold on. I've seen all the remarks, labels, social media. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the F out. No. Where is it? From a moral standpoint, I absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entered these conversations to begin with. That sounds like he knows. I'm sorry, dude, but you shouldn't. I don't know. You should have had either your lawyer go over this, or you should have not done this in haste, because this makes you sound guilty. That's on me. That's on me and as an adult and a husband and father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect. I effing own it. This was stupid. There was a settlement, no criminal charges. All of this sounds like he is trying to talk his way out of being canceled. And I'm sorry, dude, but as soon as this happened and the word minor was involved, you are going to have millions of people saying F him, never watching him again, done, finished, finito, context doesn't matter. For the rest of us, that context does matter. We don't have the context. We don't have it. And all of your buddies just went on social media, all of your friends, all of your brothers, all of your compatriots just went on public media and said, F him. F him. Game over, man. Game over. It's done. You're done. You're done. No one's going to put you back on. No one's going to hire you on. You're done. That vacation, you're like, maybe I need to take an extended vacation. That just got extended indefinitely. It doesn't matter what comes out now. It doesn't matter if you're like, here's all the messages. There was nothing untoward, blah, 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 blah. Why are you done? Because you released a dumbass statement and everyone turned their back on you and said, screw him. All your friends, all your buddies, all the people you had over, all the people you've been carrying around with you, all the people you helped come up from the bottom, everybody, as soon as they found out the word minor was involved, that was it. You're done. You do not know these people. Plain, simple, you do not know these people. They want money. They want power. They want fame. That is what they want. In any order they can get it. That is why they do this. They do not do this to entertain you, although that's part of it. They do this for self-gratification. Even though context matters, and we need to be able to go, did you start this conversation knowing this was a minor? Did you go through all these messages? What exactly, where did you cross the line? What kind of line crossing was it? He says there was never any pictures. There was never any contact. There was never, that don't matter. That don't matter, because let me tell you something. As a father of a girl, I grab a cell phone and I look and there's some hanky-panky shit going on, and I find out that my 17-year-old girl is talking to some 30 or 40-year-old fuck up. I want blood. Shh. Knives out. I want blood. That's what I want. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter how popular you are. Doesn't matter how rich and famous you are. As a father, that's what you want. It's that simple. With the Ed Piskor case parallel here, the word minor was mentioned in his cancellation. Was that ever proven post-mortem? Not that I recall. Not that I recall. I do not believe so. And Dr. Disrespect in his dumbassness has come out and basically said the word, yeah, it was minor. That's all we need to know. That's all everybody needs to know is minor. Just throw out the context. You're an idiot, dude. You're an idiot. And I'm sure, little old me, you'll never see this. You'll never watch this. I was never a fan. I was never in your chats. I don't do watch gaming. I play games. I don't need to watch you play a game. I play games. Oh, but he's so badass and da-da-da-da-da. I'm sorry. I'm not one of the people that sits there and does that while someone else plays the video game. It's not my bag, baby. I play the games. I enjoy playing the games. That's my thing. That's what I enjoy. My biggest relaxation is playing a video game. I used to play MMOs, and I used to be very competitive, and I used to play versus, and I used to go to tournaments, and I was very competitive, and I even won some tournaments. We were talking about that the other day. The Street Fighter poster that's all the way on the other side of the house in front of the arcade machine. I got that at a Street Fighter tournament. First place. Got me a poster. Yay! I think I got like so many tokens too to come back and play however many games I wanted, whatever. But the point is, I don't watch other people play games. So, dude, it's not like he's ever gonna see this. But you're a dumbass, dude. You're a dumbass. First mistake, you talked to the person, or you continued talking to them after you found out they were 17. I think we can all read through the lines and see the context there. You made a mistake. Now, what we need to know is, did you cross the line before or after that? Because if you cross the line after that, then we've got a really big problem. And I wouldn't blame that girl's father for wanting blood. It's just the way it is. As a father, I get it. I get it. Right there. How's that for some red and black colors, Dr. Disrespect? That right there. I'd want blood. That's what I would want. And I wouldn't be happy until I got it. So I'm like the meme, that Star Wars meme from Rogue One with what's her name's dad at the beginning of the movie, where it's like, so I hear you retired from online gaming. I play single player now. It's a quiet life. That's right. Every once in a while, yes, I get convinced. Low-key, Fortnite! Usually it's Arwen, or it's Mark, or it's Arlena, or it's somebody. Come play Fortnite! Every once in a while, I'll be like, okay. And I'll reinstall Fortnite, because I delete it every time I stop playing. And then go in, figure out why the hell I can't, get in a match, and go, oh yeah, I forgot, I got to turn this setting on, and then go and play. I don't do online games anymore. I like my single player games. I enjoy what I enjoy. You go enjoy what you enjoy, and, deal. I've hung out with friends while they play games. Sometimes people interact well with chat while they play a game, but just watching someone else play a game, I'd rather be playing. I'd rather be playing too. And one of the things I miss, honestly, is the gaming sessions. The gaming sessions we used to do. We used to do a lot of gaming around here, and I haven't done it in a while. And that's gonna change. There's gonna be some live streams we do in conjunction with. I don't even know if I should be talking about this or not, but I guess it's okay because he put my image on the thumbnail, and he mentioned it. So I guess this is okay. So that Park Place and WDW, Culture Casino, and a couple other wonderful people are working on a gaming channel called That Gaming Place. And I've been invited to contribute. I'm going to be covering some retro stuff, at least at first. I've got a huge retro library that I'm going to go through and cover some retro gaming, but I'm also going to do some live streams. So you guys will get some gaming live streams back. Orville Nation with a $3 super sticker, and it's a pair that says fist bump, bro. Fist bump, bro. Yeah, fist bump. Thank you so much. PJ, what is going on, brother? Thank you for that $3 super sticker. And we've got a member chat from Shockwave. What's up, Shockwave? And member for 30 months. 30 months! What is up, bro? I miss the days of the LAN party. So do I, dude. So do I. Before we had easy hook your console up to the internet stuff, the Xbox LAN parties were insane. Some of the best times I've ever had were those Xbox LAN parties. So with the original Halo, that was the whole point. We had TVs stacked on top of each other. It was nuts. It was absolutely freaking nuts. So thank you, PJ and Shockwave, for your super chats and your member chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. And this one is just for you, gentlemen. Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. Would you be talking about RPG games? Yes, and fighters, and it's going to be a wide variety. I'm not just going to stick to one thing, but yes, some of my favorite games of all time are old school RPGs. So, Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy, Xenogears. Absolutely love Xenogears. I was playing that. I played that for about an hour last night. Every once in a while, I circle back to Xenogears and start playing Xenogears again. I wish I could play more. I just don't have the time. Xbox. I dragged my PC halfway across Germany for a good LAN party back in the days of CoexNet. Doom. Need I say more? Doom. The original Doom. Hooking computers up side by side and playing versus back when multiplayer was just everybody versus everybody. Free for all, whatever. You didn't have any other options. There was no co-op. There was just, all right, 3, 2, 1, destroy. And everybody came in and just, GG, dude, GG, GG. I'm a simple man. I hear Xenogears. I give immediate like. If you don't know, Xenogears is my favorite of all times. Hell yeah, Matt. Mad Dog Wheaton. What's up, brother? Welcome to the club. I love Xenogears. God, man. Dune had a game back then, yes. Dune had strategy games. So you had strategy games like real-time strategy, kind of like Command and Conquer, but it was Dune and Dune 2. So, or Dune 2000, that's what it was called, Dune 2000. Holy crap, man. Strategy games, Command and Conquer. God, I've still got all the Command and Conquer games. I think I'm finally old enough to maybe enjoy the turn-based games. I like the JRPG Persona 5. It had a good mix of conversation, free time, and battle mechanics. Check out Xenogears, dude. So you've got like on foot, and then you've got in mech. So a lot of the battles you do are like on foot, where you're kicking butt and taking names. And then you've got battles in mechs that is a different concept of the battle system, but still connects to the one where you're on foot. So it's the combat is great, and the story is great. Just when you get to the last disc, just understand they ran out of money and they were going to go bankrupt. So they were like, what can we do to finish this? And the ending is rushed. So that last disc is rushed. Yeah, Xeno, Xeno Gears. One word, Xenogears. So, Xenoblade X got me through my second divorce. How many of y'all out there use games to get you through hard times? Do I remember? I still have it. And the arcade version was exactly the same. So if anybody doesn't remember eChoice was like Nintendo's arcade division, and you could play those games on the arcade. that were just like on the NES. So literally you could be out at like a Pizza Hut back in the day and you'd see Kung Fu, and it was the same game that was on NES. Those were your e-choice games. Those were your direct from Nintendo to your arcade. It used to work backwards. Now we've got ports. Oh, they ported this game to this. It used to work backwards. They used to come out and be so popular on console that they'd actually make an arcade out of it and put it out into the wild and see how well it did. I made the mistake of getting married once. You know, I never said I would get, I said, no, I'm getting married again. I said, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not getting married again. I'm not doing this. Not going to happen. And it really takes the right person. It really does take the right person to go, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that leap. Music and Legos for me, unless it's a game I can listen to music as well, because music is the real therapy. You're telling me the records, all the records, shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves of records. Why? Because I love music and I love listening to music. One of the things I really love about music is soundtracks. Yes, I love rock. Yes, I love a lot of different music, but soundtracks for me, because there's a huge connection in there when you hear that music. So it's something. Did y'all see that? Wow. So I like music. I especially like game music. There's a lot of game music, and it can be simple. It can be dun 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 dun. It could be something as simple as that, and I'm like, I'm in. Ghost balloon, yeah. I don't know what the hell happened. It got loose. It was like connected to other balloons. I guess now it's not. Mega Man, dude. Mega Man. So that and Ocarina of Time I really like too. So I like both of them. But what about the old graphics? None of that matters to me. What matters to me is gameplay and whether or not I'm having a good time. Sonic Mania has some awesome music. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I love the Super Robot Wars games. I've got a bunch of those, but you got to import most of those. And the only one you can get readily is 30. All the other ones, they're hard as hell to get. They are hard as hell to get and get your hands on. So what does this all come down to? These people that he associated himself with, that he called his friends, that he called his comrades, that he called, his buddies, and that he invited over for barbecue and all that shit, they just farmed social media on him. They just used him to farm attention for themselves. I didn't know nothing. Bullshit. If you're as good at friends as you have always said you are, which you are now denying and saying you never were, but you didn't do that before. You readily, talked about how great buddies you were. Now suddenly it's, I had no idea. You didn't once ask him in the first 6 months after he was banned in 2020. You didn't go, hey man, just between us, between me and you, what happened? Bullshit, you didn't. And if he said Oh, dude, you don't want to know about her. You know. No, I really do. What happened? Because you're not getting out of that conversation. Even if the guy's like, well, I got a thing with Twitch and I can't talk about it. And You can talk to me about it. It's just me and you here. Look, I got no wires, no nothing. I'm not trying to trick you, bro. Just tell me what happened. And if you didn't, you had to reevaluate the meaning and definition of friendship. Because if he didn't talk to you about it, if he completely avoided it, if he lied to you, but that's not what they're saying. They didn't say, oh, well, me and the doc talked and he told me a completely different thing. No, they're just like, I'm completely shocked and blown away and I had no idea. And I will never, speak to him again. And I'm as soon as he said this word, I'm out and blah, 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 blah. That's all. When did all of this become Hollywood? Please, somebody answer me that. When did all of this become Hollywood? Because that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like we're watching. It feels like we're watching Hollywood. I don't know about that. He is still able to float in some circles, but he's losing his house. He's not working. He doesn't have any kind of income coming in. I don't know if he slipped cancellation or he kept his ass from going to jail. He kept his ass out of jail is what he has spent so much on court and so much on the allegations that they have whittled him down to a little nub of what he used to be. When money became involved. Thank you, Peli. Thank you, Peli. That's exactly correct. When money became involved. Maybe this is why we are not going to ever be up in the, oh my God, stratosphere. I don't want to be that. I genuinely enjoy where I'm at. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the people I get to work with. I don't want to be, oh, well, we're 250,000 subscribers now. Oh, we've got to all turn and act like we don't like somebody because blah, 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 blah. What do you mean? What do you mean I have to make a statement? You have to go out and make a statement. I don't want to make a statement. I don't want to say anything about it. I don't. Nick asked, Loki, did you ever play Lord of the Rings, The Battle for Middle-earth 1 and 2? Let's see. Okay, we got Return of the King. We've got another Return of the King. We've got Lord of the Rings 2 Towers. We've got another Lord of the Rings 2 Towers, platinum hits. And we have, you're going to love this. Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. Another Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. And then, the creme de la creme, that is still in plastic. That has never been opened. That has never been unsealed. That is in perfect condition. I should probably have that slabbed at some point. Yes, Battle for Middle-earth 1 and 2. I had them on PC. I know that part 2 was on Xbox, but I never had it on Xbox. So I've got, those are probably over there somewhere in a box. Let me see. I doubt they would be here. I don't think my PC games are over here. No. which means that they're over there in that corner right there. But yes, I still have them, and they're still in the box. So, J Bob, my brother from another mother, the rooster. Lord have mercy, so many rings. I don't ever want to be that big where someone says, you have to do this. No, I don't have to do shit. I don't want to talk about it. The guy came out and made a fool out of himself because he didn't throw that by his lawyers first. Or his lawyers said, no, do not do anything. Or he never called his lawyers. That's a big possibility. I'm big. I'm Dr. Disrespect. I'll just, throw out a statement and screw it. I'm be real with y'all. They're going to get down with me because I'm going to tell them I'm being real, yo. Ugh. No, you're not real. You are a character. That is what you are. That is what you do. You are a character. You are not yourself. You have never been yourself. You are a wrestling personality. And that's it. And that personality has now been tarnished. Ping. You got to understand something. As guys, listen, there has never been a more hateful, shitty ass time to be a guy in the gaming industry than now. They are looking for anything and everything to get rid of you because they want to replace you with Pokimane or a Pokimane lookalike. That is what they want. That is what YouTube wants. That is what Twitch wants. They want to promote the girl gamer, and that's how they feel. And you can't even tell me that Rumble isn't the same way. They want to promote a girl gamer. They don't want guys on there. Why? Because guys have testosterone, guys get upset, guys rage. And it's fun when a girl does it, but it's not fun when a guy does it. It's not considered acceptable. So what do? You fucking have to be squeaky clean. But I'm a human being, then get the F off social media. Go be a human being. Because guess what? They don't want you on there. They don't want you and your toxic masculinity on there. They want to get rid of you and replace you with Pokimane lookalike. That is what they want. That is what the man wants. That is the business plan they have. So if you're going to be a guy and you're going to be on this, keep your shit clean. That is what you have to do. That is how you have to carry yourself. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. For small little channels like us, no one gives a shit. They don't. I can come out here and I can say whatever I want to. They're gonna pull back on the algorithm anyway. They've got their eyes glued to my numbers going, is anything hanky here? Just waiting to go demonetized. That's the way it is. Keep your crap squeaky clean. Know the rules. Keep track of what's going on. And don't ever, unless they're related to you and again, clean. Don't contact a minor. Jesus, man, what the hell is wrong with you? Okay, take out any crossing of lines. It's still weird. I'm sorry, but it's weird. Don't do that. Don't do that. What do you mean, Loki, it's weird? Look. There are simply things you do and you don't do. And that's one of the things you don't do. Now, if You actually know the person. You actually know the person, and you're like, oh well, this is like, oh, this is Diana's boy. He's like my little nephew. And you're like, dude, let's go fishing sometime. Shh, whatever. But don't cross any dumbass lines. Oh, well, some of the jokes might have been inappropriate. I don't care. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. You can't tell me you were that lonely. I'm pretty lonely, Loki. No, not that lonely. Sorry. Nope. This has been a staple from day one. Leave them kids alone. You do not cross that line. It's that simple. Don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. There was, okay, so Adega was in the middle of, this is the first year I was doing the show. Adega was in the middle of pushing his first book, Evolution. And there was this Star Wars centered channel. I had no idea that the kid was like 16 years old. And he asked me for advice about this Star Trek thing he was doing. And I was like, yeah, sure, we'll get on and talk. And I was like, man, this guy sounds young. And I'm like, how old are you? He goes, 16. I was like, yeah, dude, I don't talk to 16-year-olds. Sorry. He goes, well, this is just about Star Trek. And I said, I understand that, but no. That's my first year. But Loki, nothing, no, I don't even want to come near that. I don't even want to go near that. The stalker lady that used to stalk me, I made sure that when all that came up and I was like, listen, I'm sorry, but bugger off, I had someone else in the room with me. There was another person in the conversation. And as soon as they got there, I was like, listen, this person's going to sit in because I'm not going to have this conversation in a room where it's just me and you. It's not happening. This is common sense, ladies and gentlemen. This is common freaking sense. There are things you do and you do not do. And common sense says, no, you do not text and talk to a minor. No, I don't care. I don't care if it was jokes. I don't care if it was whatever. No, you do not do that. You are not that fucking lonely. You are not that effing lonely that you need to talk to a minor to feel like you're appreciated or whatever. No. Oh, they're just a fan, Loki. They're an underage fan. I'm sure you have plenty of fans that are older and you have buddies and you have friends and whatever without talking to a minor. Be smart. All it takes is an accusation nowadays to ruin someone. That's right. Common sense. Where is common sense? It doesn't matter if it's true or not. To the masses, the accusation is enough. And that's why you cover your butt and you cover your ass and you cover all your bases. Nope, not happening. Oh, well, Loki, he didn't find out till, oh, well, I don't, he needs to explain that then. Not come out with a dumbass, yo, I'm be real because I'm effing real. No, you're not. You're a character on a show. You're no better than this actor when they play this role on TV. That's not who they are. It's not who they are. The guy who plays Dean Winchester is not Dean Winchester. He's somebody else. The guy who plays Batman is not Batman. It's not who they are for real. Guess what? Dr. Disrespect is a character. That's not who this guy is. You do not know him from watching him on the YouTubes. They are a personality. That is what they do. I hate to be the one to pop that bubble if I am. If I'm the guy that's like, poop, and I just popped your bubble, Sorry, but that's the way it is. That is not who these people are. Guess what? Jake and Logan Paul are not the people they pretend to be. They're not. They're completely different in real life. Don't come on social media and be like, yeah, you know me, I'm going to break down effing real. Dude, you didn't break anything down. What you broke down was any trust anybody still had that this wasn't what happened. But all your bullshit and your apologies and this whole I'm a different person now, that is the big thing that I was like, dude, I can't believe you were dumb enough to actually say that. To actually say, I'm a different person now. But I think I've said what I needed to say regarding the ban. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision in 2020. God help me. And you know what? I don't care if you disappear or not. That's the whole thing. You know, they want me to disappear. I ain't going nowhere. I don't care, dude. You look like shit. You came out and you made a dumbass statement. And you look like crap. That is what you've done. There was a video I recorded before that where I was like, look, I want receipts. Give me receipts. We live in this world where anybody can throw out an accusation and the person is fired and let go and their whole life is ruined. We've seen it happen. We saw it happen on The Expanse. We've seen it happen to various other actors. One accusation, and that's all it takes, and they're done. And they're removed. I want receipts. Well, guess what? The doc came out and gave us his receipts, and they aren't complete. He's cut and trimmed vital information out. And now we're going, dude, with what you've given us, you look like a piece of shit. What else can I say? And this whole, yeah, I'm going to be mean, I'm going to keep it real, and I'm going to F this and F that. No, you're not real. Because we all know you're not this guy you pretend to be on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, or whatever. We know that. We know you're just a character. What have I said for the last 4 years? Be yourself. Bring yourself to the table. You don't need a character. You don't need Francis. You don't need a voice masker. You don't need whatever. Just bring you. You've got the talent. If you've got the talent, you've got the drive, bring you. Don't be a character of somebody else. Just be you. Give us you. The problem is, here's the problem. They don't have enough confidence in themselves to do that. And they never have. If you look in the description of this video this morning, I say many social media personalities experience emotional instability, irritability, anxiety, self-doubt. Self-doubt's a big one. Depression, and other negative feelings. It seems putting on an act, fear of being found out, can lead many to experience these things and more. Someday, so light the fires and kick those tires, Valhalla. I stand by that. And I always will. When you have to cover for who you really are and put on an act, it wears you down. You don't want to go on and put on that face and do that thing and blah, 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 blah. I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to feel like that because I just come out here and I talk. I come out here and I give you my opinions. They're unedited. It's no bullshit. I'm just myself. I don't have to put on an act. I don't have to put on a play. Live by the sword, die by the sword. If you're going to give us a character of who you are, then that's what people are going to look at and go, that's what we will judge him on. Guess what, Dr. D? The Dr. D that you have presented to everyone over the last however many years, decade, would piss all over someone who did this. They would. They would call you a dumbass for coming out and making the statement. They would laugh about it. We just went through this with another guy. We just went through this with another guy who made a mistake, who has been brought out into the light for drugs and having his kids around drugs and all that bullshit. We know what happened there. There's plenty of evidence out there for you to look up. We know. Don't put on an act. Don't try and be somebody you're not. Just be you. Give us you. It's that simple. Guys, we're going to get out of here. Let me see really quick if Machini is... Oh my God, I'm hearing myself. Oh, holy crap. Where's Machini? Machini draws, and I cannot find Machini. What the hell? Why is it pulling up? Okay. I was about to say, why is it pulling up a Ryan Roger Afe video? I guess Machini's not on today. Again. Machini, we love you, bro. Chris said I couldn't find a link at Max. Okay, I guess he's not on today. I guess he's not on this morning. Something might have happened. Something might be going on. Guys, I have nowhere to send you, but I can tell you, keep fighting the good fight. Keep being yourselves. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you decide to do. Guys, stay safe. Be excellent to each other. Always speak, Brent, enter. We'll see you on the next YouTube talk here on Mornings of Mischief. Have a great day, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.